We go, starting over here at the top right side of Antigua Shipyard, representing We Gaming World Elite. It is going to be the Protoss player WE.LoveCD. His opponent down at the bottom left side, representing Invictus Gaming. We're getting a nice shot of him. It is going to be XY. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, a PVT on Antigua Shipyard. Both players losing their opening series matches today. Of course, 0-2. WE.LoveCD lost a very hard PvP to Jim. I mean, of course, Tyler's Jim just absolutely outplayed, outclassed everybody today. Just going completely 4-0, 2-0, 2-0, moving out of the group in first place. Meanwhile, XY kind of had a little bit of a struggling match versus Com. Was able to take the first game, but then dropped the next two games in his series, losing 1-2 to him. So that's how both players ended up here today. And hey man, Toxie, don't be hating, bro. Do not be hating, yo. What is wrong with bilingual? There's nothing wrong with bilingual streamers. That is something to walk away from, man. That is something to walk away from, man. That's just the beauty. That's the beauty. We have talent, we have depth, we have people with personality and skills and talents, not just stutter-stepping Marines or A-moving Brood Lords. We have more. We can bring more to the community, man. So, ребята, вот начинается ПВТ. В верхнем правом углу за команду Invictus Gaming есть терн игрок XY. На нижнем левом углу за команду World Elite есть WE.LoveCD. Protoss. Оба игроки проиграли их начинающие серии. WE.LoveCD, конечно, проиграл 0-2 к Jim, кто уже первое место занял в эту группу и закончился. XY, он играл с игроком Spider.com. Проиграл 1-2, первую игру выиграл, потом следующие двух игр в Best of 3 проиграл, и вот получается сюда. Кто вот эту игру выиграет, он будет играть с Ком за последнее место, чтобы попасть в четвертьфинал попозже. Ну, пока сейчас вот эта серия какая есть. Ну, ПВТ на Антигу очень такая интересный матчап. Интересный, иногда очень-очень интересно бывает, потому что дроп очень хорошо работает на вот эту карту. Ну, обычно оба игроков могут застрять на 3 баз. Очень иногда трудно 4-ю базу приобрести, из-за этого сила чуть-чуть и польза в лейт-гейм может пойти для Протоса. Ну, очень хорошо двухбазовый тайминг работает для Терри, мы видим всегда сегодня. И очень такой клевый билд, прикольный. XY берет его газ. О, боже ты мой. Прикольно, берет его газ, стащил. И надо сейчас подождать, пока стокеры и юниты атаковые это выйдут и помогут это убрать вот этого газа. И просто что этот Терн может сделать с вот этого ассимилятора, cancel и все. Значит, не дает это просто сейчас второго газа спокойно выбрать. Из-за этого может у него количество газа не будет хватать в центрях, в морталах, может в других вещах, потому что думаю, вот это сколько времени вот это отбирает от его шанс брать это, ну, капить это газовые это ресурсы, это отбирает очень много времени. Каждая секунда считается, пацаны. Вот это StarCraft играю в секундах. Если ты теряешь секунды, в чего ты хочешь планировать, ты будешь проигрывать. Обычно. Ну, ты можешь просто или за зерга играть, если ты не хочешь это. Если ты хочешь поздно к всему быть и все равно хочешь выиграть, за зерга играй. Инфесторы бруды очень клево. Они может очень клево и быстро изменить игру. Очень прикольно. So yeah, I can't. For those who are wondering, I don't do Chinese. I am learning Korean right now. And you want to say hello? But yeah, I'm still learning Korean. I'm not fluent at all. I'm still kind of in more of the beginning and initial phases, like alphabet 1 through 10, and a lot of basic phrases. But other than that, it's still more initial stuff. So yeah. So as we watch CC first coming out from XY, WE.LoveCD kind of in a funny situation. XY actually stole his gas and delayed it for a really long time. And on this type of map, you actually, as a Protoss, want to get a second gas fairly quick so you could get those gas units, stuff like Immortal, stuff like Sentries, because eventually you got to anticipate either yourself attacking the Terran or the Terran attacking you off of a 2-base timing attack, and it's very nice to have a nice gas count and be able to get sentries out, get immortals out, and when that type of stuff is delayed, that just kind of really that weighs on a Protoss especially, and I mean we might even see kind of a little bit of a noticeable difference. Maybe we'll be in some sort of a situation where we're going to be talking about maybe if he had one more additional Sentry or if he had one more additional Immortal or something like that, that could maybe break or make or break the match. So it's always those type of things you have to keep in mind when you're playing StarCraft and when you're watching. If you affect and throw the build off of a player, it really annoys and weighs kind of on the player's mentality too of what he's doing. Meanwhile, right now looking at XY's base, just grabbing a third CC as well, so he's got that extra Marie SCV production / Mule economy that he could utilize now. And then he could eventually just expand and take his third base as well. He does have to be a little bit careful because right now WE.LoveCD is going to show a little bit of pressure, but while he's showing that pressure, there is a third Nexus getting taken at the top side of the map at the 12 o'clock position. So what this is really is kind of like a fake aggression coming out from WE.LoveCD. This is going to force more units out. This is going to force units out. This is going to force him to defend and just kind of posture for a little while. He's not going to think about his expansion. And there we go. That's something we see. Every little bit counts, guys. He forced about half a mineral line to come off to maybe repair those bunkers. Now he's checking on the backside for maybe any war prism, any additional pylons. Maybe some were set on the backside as well. So really kind of giving XY a little bit of a panic attack. So very good mind games coming out from WE.LoveCD. Meanwhile, this is going to buy him time to get that third Nexus up because he does know right now there is a third CC for XY. And with what he's got, he has no capability of actually pressuring and doing any actual damage to XY. So mind games, ladies and gentlemen, mind games. That's what you could walk away from that. Do you guys know any of these players? Some of you guys are asking in chat. You know, the two players that you would know, if anything, well, there's Sen is not playing in this league. I would typically say Sen, but Sen is not playing in this league. The two players you would know would be Calm, as we saw earlier today, and we will see him later in the final series. Spider Calm, who was a WCS China champion, a WCS Asia participant, and a WCS Blizzard Championship, whatever the hell it's called, World Blizzard Championship, blah 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 tournament, recent participant. So you guys would know him, as well as you guys would know iG.XY, very top player in China as well. Recently was at IPL 5. So other than that, lot of lack thereof exposure towards a lot of these players. So this is kind of actually really nice. A big reason why I came on it, a big reason why I kind of really was very interested in this league is just because just to see some of these new players, some of the talent. What up, Enders? Yo, welcome, dude. Max said, yeah. So yeah, what is up? Everybody say hi to Enders. He's the typical English streamer. And there we go. Right now, as we see, XY coming up here to try to do a little bit of a push, do a little bit of aggression. This is actually going to work pretty well because he does have a drop coming in. Good little mini warp, and it feedbacks the medevac, so no heals are going to be coming to those units. And right now, as long as he just handles this carefully, right now, WE.LoveCD should not be able to lose much at all. And with this additional warp and charge already being done, this drop is going to be completely thwarted. And now on the front side, now putting pressure on the additional units kind of sitting out in the middle of the map right now. XY is being a little bit sloppy. I don't really like this. He's got to be very careful, and I'm shocked. He's playing like he's almost not like he's playing like he's almost shocked that WE.LoveCD has a third base, and like you can't play like that, especially at this point in the game when you do this late of a drop. There's a good chance he's either going to have cannons or some sort of defenses up at this point as well. So I don't understand the mentality between XY, and now he's going to put himself in a little bit of danger as well because now no bunkers are in place. Doesn't exactly have a huge bio army. Has good amount of Marines and Marauders, but as we take a look and see, one attack is finishing up, 2 armor as well, Blink on top of that. And I mean, with just one big, nice additional warping and good pressure, it's actually going to be pretty tough with charge for WE.LoveCD. I mean, for XY to actually macro out of this. Oh, dude, it's fine. I got your back, bro. I got your back. Got your back. Ну вот, ребята, мы сейчас смотрим WE.LoveCD, просто продолживает это, такое его пользу в игру. Очень умно сыграл, у него просто вовремя темпларов это было, хорошо защищал дроп, это вовремя ворпен одного темплар, фидбэк на медивэк это с юнитом, потом вовремя мог ворпен со золота сделать, значит это пуш, прямо вот этот дроп, хрен ничего не сделал, и вот прямо тоже пилон поставил вовремя. Сейчас будет CD, наверное, WE.LoveCD ожидать вот этот следующий дроп. Ну, конечно, фотонки уже подготовлены. Юниты готовятся для вот этого дроп, когда придут. Пока сейчас это в середину карты, у него большая пак юнитов уже есть. Это куча юнитов. Надо осторожно сейчас это XY контролировать. И правда, что-то он вперед пошел без ничего, боже, ничего не боится сейчас. XY все это Steam пользует, это вперед идет. Просто это XY играет так расслабленно, и так нельзя играть в ТВП, специально когда ты Протос так спокойно сидит на 3 баз, уже апгрейды это берет все. Нельзя просто так спокойно быть. Сейчас мы смотрим третий апгрейд для защиты, второй для атаку, для Протос тоже добавляют Колоссуса, еще одного робу тоже добавляют, очень интересно, может попытается 2 Колоссус это подготовить, пока сейчас у его соперника нет ни одного викинга. И правда, вот это очень умно. Он играет сейчас всю игру, играет с XY главу. Раньше мы видели, когда он сразу увидел, что у XY у него было что у него уже третий команд-центр орбитал есть, он просто показывал, как он хотел пойти пуш делать, правда он забрал его третью базу. Сейчас, потому что XY только видит это Charged Lot и Темпларов, он не готовит викингов, но он не готовил викингов это для столько времени. Сейчас, пока у него 2 робу есть, WE.LoveCD может это с 2 робу колосса добавлять когда хорошее количество викингов будет для XY. Значит, всю игру просто такие mind games это с головой играет у XY. Очень умно. И вот про чего я говорю, сейчас Темпларов есть, но сейчас Double Robo Colossus это готовится для протаса игрока. Очень умно играет. И вот третья защита заканчивается для него. Вторая атака уже закончилась. И вот сейчас начинает третью атаку тоже апгрейд. Значит, просто все правильно получается для WE.LoveCD в эту игру. Тоже первый shield апгрейд начинается тоже. На той стороне мы смотрим Терн, пробует брать его 4-ю базу в нижнем правом углу, в эту главную базу. Планетарку ее готовит, просто сейчас пробует вовремя добавлять викингов, апгрейды брать 3-3, и тоже его первая атака для воздушной. Ну, шанс есть здесь, может вот это все не получится вовремя для него, и просто сейчас в этот коридор сейчас придет он и поставит XY в очень опасную позицию, потому что вот этот коридор очень трудно защищать, если Протос уже туда может пройти. Конечно, все знают, все Протосы любят, когда в маленьких и тонких коридорах игроки идут, потому что их колоссы и штормы просто отлично может все убивать. So, yeah. Ребята, если есть тоже кто-то, админ сейчас сидит, это в СК2 TV чат, пожалуйста, бананчик дай, алфа пуш, и тоже физис. Всем дай, пожалуйста, бананам им, они спамеры и плохие люди. Они хуже, чем грязные дотеры. Хуже. Хуже, чем люди, кто играет Лига Легенды. Пожалуйста, это модераторы, ваша волшебность, это работайте, пожалуйста. Okay. So, going back into the English side of things, I want to welcome you guys back in. Kind of a cute way what WE.LoveCD is doing, just, I mean, not what WE.LoveCD, what XY is doing, kind of trying to put a little bit of pressure on some of the traveling workers going back and forth, trying to pick some of them off, and do as much harass as he possibly can. Now, oh, beautiful EMPs. A lot of the units were clumped up right now for the Protoss players. Got to be very careful, and these cloak units are just doing so much damage. This is the problem when you don't have an observer over you, and he sniped it down, where your army becomes very vulnerable to ghosts, and this is exactly the engagement XY maybe has been looking for all game long. Beautiful storms, ladies and gentlemen. That could actually just change everything back up, but again, these Vikings holding their ground. Still a lot of ground units out for the Protoss, though, going to pursue and continue his push. Again, upgrades really being a big factor with that, having that 3 armor compared to only the 2 attack of the Terran player. Finally, the 3-3 is just about to finish up. 1-2 more seconds at most. There it goes, and then also the 2 air attack about to finish up as well, but again, a lot of damage has already been done, ladies and gentlemen. There's that 4th base at the bottom, but at this point, this is going to be very hard to hold off this 3rd base as well, and I mean, especially with all the economy that he's lost, it is a big advantage right now for the Protoss player, and all he has to do really is just go back, sit back, macro up some more, and just continue pushing his advantage as it is. Now, additional units have been warped in, but I think this might be if not too carefully handled, this might be a little bit of an overextension by the Protoss player. WE.LoveCD, he's got to be very careful how he does this. And I mean, this is kind of one of those things where it's that little dancing between both players, and he's just got to be very careful how he handles it. Now, something that I might note, I don't see any additional ghosts within that army, and now there's Colossus coming out as well. with no additional ghosts being out. Are they there? No, I don't see them. I'm sorry. Like, the graphics are good, but not good enough for me to completely tell. I don't think there are any more ghosts around, and there are 5 High Templars out right there. These storms are actually going to do so much damage if he attempts to engage, but he's actually not bringing these High Templars with him. He needs to do that because storms are going to be just so effective if he does, and then finally moving them over with his army. Doing a wonderful job. As we see, the Terran player now is supply block. He has a good Bioforce, but again, with no ghost support, those lack thereof EMPs, the shields are going to do so well. And walking and sitting right in between the storm. Oh my god, it's sitting right through it. What in the world are you doing, love? Oh my god, XY, you just literally, you got him.